Do you feel lonely? And I'm asking that really to you watching right now. How do you cope with those feelings? So according to a new survey, middle-aged moms have seen the sharpest rise in feelings of loneliness since the pandemic began. It says that women aged 41 to 57 find themselves isolated while juggling their kids and their work. So they turn to social media, which can help them vent and seek connections. But, and this is a big but, it can also lead to feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. Erica, I go to you only because we're in that kind of age group. We're getting there. I really related to this. What did you think about it?
You know, I think we aren't really having the conversations about how it's difficult to reconnect with people post lockdown. We've all experienced this collective trauma, and it's manifested in our lives very differently. And generally, you have maybe a traumatic event in your community, in your friendship circle, in your family, and then everyone can come together to figure out how to resolve it. But now we've all experienced such deep personal traumas in the past couple of years that I think just that connection, it's hard to be on the same page with people right now.
That's so true. I know that when I go into a grocery store or I'm walking the dog, and I told you guys this, and another couple has their dog, my first reaction is anger. How dare you walk? Now I have to cross. That is not a way to be a social animal.
That's interesting.
I get angry and anxious.
That's honest.
Why are you in my space? Because I've been so isolated.
And I think that leads to people exploding. Like we see all these videos every day we do of someone exploding. I think a lot of people feel that way, but they're ashamed to admit it. So thank you for saying that, because I feel that way too. I'm on an airplane. I know someone's going to sit next to me, but as soon as they come, I'm like, I hate you.
I know.
I know they're coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they're done in your personal space. Again, I have to revert back to social media, because we're talking about middle-aged women. I'm sorry, 41 to 57. I hope that's correct. But when we're talking about teenage girls, the suicide rate, because of social media, directly affects the suicide rate. It's up 20%. And then you're more affected as a middle-aged woman.
Right, you're still
when
a girl
does it stop?
Woman. Right.
When does it stop? When does the mental anguish stop? And it's something that we don't want to address. We just say, be nicer to people.
Well, I think you hit it on the head, Jeff, when you talk about the different age groups. We just saw Simone Biles stand up in front of the whole world and say, I'm not mentally ready to do these floor exercises, and she did not do that. And I think that's very symbolic of that generation. You think about the generation of women like Tori and Erica that were raised by the women, our mothers. Totally true. And those women grew up under tough, strong women.
Finished.
But with that presumed toughness is that you didn't talk to anybody about that. You're depressed. Doesn't matter. The kids got to eat. Go cook something. You're depressed. Doesn't matter. School's tomorrow. Got to go school shopping.
Totally agree.
And you constantly push everything down. And I think a lot of women and men, please, I'm not mansplaining. A lot of human beings in that age group are now saying, I don't feel good, and I know I've been told to talk to somebody, but who do I talk to? I'm embarrassed to even be thinking about this in my head. So I think it's tough.
Absolutely. And let me just say, I went to the University of Michigan, as I said, and I was so lonely that I went through a clinical depression and really needed real help and medication. And I'll say loneliness, if you're that bad, can make you psychosomatically feel ill. It can give you physical symptoms. We are social creatures. We need each other. So please reach out to someone if you need to. Even us, if you need to, info@dailyblastlive.com if you need some direction. That is what we're here for, and we understand. We're not preaching. We understand.
And let me just say this, everybody watching TV right now, they're looking at Erica and Tori, two people that hit rock bottom and are back. Two people that hit absolute rock bottom. And you guys are still here. It is possible.
That's the truth.